Here is my Aldi Adventurage thermoelectric cooler. I bought this years ago at Aldi. I love the colors of it. The thing I didn't know about it is that it actually friggin' works. It is really rather impressive. It's thermoelectric. It works off of a Peltier junction. You can plug it in AC power. You can plug it in with a cigarette lighter port in the car. Every once and again, I go to visit Sharky in Connecticut, and when I do that, I bring this cooler in the car, because why not? I could bring some beer with me, because Sharkies don't. They swim in water, so it's kind of hard to drink, you know. So anyway, I can put beer in here and have it cold by the time I get there, which is really nice. And I'll put energy drinks in there and soda, water, that kind of stuff. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, all kinds of different stuff. I don't even know what's in here anymore. What I do know is that this sort of became the catch-all for the little onesies and twosies of different drinks and stuff. And there's like, probably close to 15 items in there. There's an iced tea in there, a couple different sodas, all kinds of stuff. And I had this sitting in the dining room, and it's on, and it's running, and everything's good. And then one day, I noticed, not so good. Just didn't seem to have the same gumption it always did. So I looked at it, and it has a speed control for, or you know, how fast it runs the fan, and basically how much voltage it gives the Peltier junction. It's cranked all the way. Thing is not working. It's like, you hear this run. You didn't hear it run. So I said, that's not good. And I opened it up, and I took a look. So like I said, it's got AC power, and there's also a cigarette lighter thing here, right here, in fact. So you can plug that in the car. So I said, well, it's not working. So I took it out to the car, I plugged in the cigarette lighter, and it worked. Okay, but the AC power didn't work. So I said, bad power supply. Yep, that's going to be what it is. So I opened it up, and I metered it, and it was only putting out approximately 4 volts. Should be putting out 12 like you would get in a car. 4 volts. I took the little potentiometer jobby out of circuit. 4 volts. Power supply crapped out. Nothing I can do. I know my limitations. As far as that kind of stuff, no dice. Because I know my limitations, I also know who I can call in the event that I have such an issue. First thing I can do is call China. This is out of warranty, so that's not going to work. So I did the next best thing. I got in touch with RollingTardis. And I said, hey, got this thing, you might remember it. He's like, yeah, okay. What's going on? I said, power supply, pooched. He says, oh yeah? Yeah, all right. He says, yeah, I probably could fix it. Can you take some pictures of the insides of it? So I did. It opens up here. There's 6 or 8 screws going around in here. There's a foam gasket. I took that out. Got to put that back in. I didn't ship it with it. All I shipped in was just the top part, because the rest is just a cooler. And it came back. Oh yeah, she's definitely cold. Of course, I don't have my meter down here, but this is definitely nice and cold. This is a craft soda from Lidl, cherry lime flavor. I think more Lidl stuff here, yeah. This is a real cane sugar root beer. Oh, that one's ice. Damn. You know, and there's all kinds of different stuff. Oh, here's an Irish cream soda, also by Lidl. This was really good. It's like Bailey's or Molly's or St. Brendan's Irish cream. but it's non-alcoholic. You know, I mean, occasionally I like something like that, you know. And there's a citrus iced tea in here. This was from Aldi, this one. I don't buy the name brand shit. I lied. Here's a Coke. That was, my sister gave me that. I was called away for a short period of time. Okay, way too long. But anyway, the cooler makes sounds when you put your hand on it in places. No, the cooler is working once again. You can turn it down. It's adjustable. But that was a rolling TARDIS fix. Love that kind. So the cooler is working once again. I am thrilled about that. So I decided that while I was sending the cooler to him, I'd throw in a little bit of a bonus just to see. So this is a flashlight that plugs in the cigarette lighter socket of your car, and it's got a button, and you press it and it turns on and it can flash, and it turns on and it can flash, and you plug it in the cigarette lighter and it recharges. And I've had this, I forget where I got it, no idea, but it's actually funny how this actually occurred. See, I have this for a while now, and I had one actually dating back in my old Chevy, and it was incandescent, just to show how times have gone on that I've had a rechargeable car flashlight like that. When I said before that I took the cooler out to the car, I did, and I had to take this out of the socket because that's the one that's available. This particular flashlight has always had a problem where in my car it would get stuck in there, and the way I would do it is I'd plug it in just barely enough. There's a blue LED that lights up in there, and as soon as that lit, I would leave it, and it was perfectly fine. It stayed there, and if I ever needed the flashlight, it's a Toyota, so I don't need it. But anyway, as soon as I see the blue light, I leave it. Well, somehow, for some reason, this got pushed all the way in, and it got stuck in the socket. I don't know why it did. That's another rolling TARDIS fix. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. Tried to take it out of there, and no amount of pulling would get this out. I ended up resorting to a pair of vise grips to get this fucker out. You can actually see right there where I knackered it a bit. That's alright. But it was funny because the cap just came off and the entire flashlight just came to pieces. It still didn't want to come out after that. I don't know how, but I finally got it out. And this little plastic button, you have to get lined up just perfectly. I didn't even have the fucking patience for that. And it was all because this failed and I had to plug that in the car. And then of course I realized I could have just used my jump pack to see if it would run. That was dumb. So anyway, this got all fucked up. But I mentioned to Rolling TARDIS about that, and he said, yeah, I think I see the problem. Well, these little nubs that go around it here, they are spring-loaded, but not enough. So he ground those down. We're going to take this out to the car and test it. So it turns out, right around the same time as all of that, I happen to mention, oh, by the way, I got this solar light. You've seen him around the pool. And here it is. It says Infinitu, but it's the Inutech was the brand that China said. You can't get this one anymore. But I already had a video of a new set that I bought of these that look identical. Harbor Freight by any other name, it's still the same. And this one was the broken one. I took this apart, and there were a few fun things that I found. One was the fact that the screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were all rusty. That was kind of expected. And they would all strip out when I went to take them out. Well, let me get the cooler out of here so I could show you this a little better. So it's got a button here. Like I said, I took it apart, took the screws out, and they all stripped out. Most of them. Alright, a couple of them. But I metered this, and after taking it all apart, I metered the board inside, and I was getting 2.7 volts. Now, this had been sitting not used over the whole winter in the garage, so it could be low like that. And I figured maybe it was low voltage, but then why wasn't it charging? So I sent this also to RollingTardis, and above and beyond, once again, as usual. He had looked at this and found that it was a design flaw where water got in the switch. And that was interesting because it was dry when I took these out and put them away in the garage, where they didn't get rained on or snowed on or anything like that. And it didn't rain since I put it out, and it just didn't work. But he said there were all kinds of green crusties and shit in the switch, and that's what killed it. It looked pretty nice and sealed to me, so I don't know. But like I said, he went above and beyond. Let's see if you could see where I could see that I can't see, but you can, because I can't. Which is, I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell. But anyway, the screws that, like, you're looking like there. I can't, there's not enough the right light. Like I said, above and beyond, he got rid of all those screws and he put in brand new screws. Further went, cleaned out all the spider webs, that because it's outside, and then wet sanded and refinished the solar panel. I showed you the other ones where the solar panel was all knackered when I showed you the solar lights and all that kind of stuff outside and all that. There's links in the prescription, but I'll show you this compared to, but the main, it works now. Turn it on, and then, you know, just as a, and it works again. He fixed it. Love that kind. So now I have a total of 10 of these things, of which 7 are in service. So I don't know. It just is. I could put these back around the pool, but then the other 3 are knackered. I don't know if I'll get around to wet sanding the solar panel. We'll see, but we'll compare all that. Let's go on a field trip. Hey class, time for a field trip. Let's go outside and we'll see about this guy and we'll see about this guy. So I got to take you handheld this way, but we know the flashlight works and it's tucked away in here in this car. Let's see. It plugs in. Let me just turn the thing on. Let's see if we can get it to go blue. There it is. So now it's blue. Does it pull out? It does. Does it go all the way in now? Here we go. That's all the way in. And it pulls out. So now it'll just fucking work. Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Push it in, pull it out, push it in, pull it out. Disco flashlight. Yeah, good. That's working. So here's one of the old ones, and here's the refinished one. Damn, that is absolutely schmick. That looks very, very schmick indeed compared. Let's take a look at that compared to some of the new ones, the Walensee ones. Oh yeah, very close, if not even better, with the clear coat on there. Definitely pretty nice indeed. So all fixed up and working, and now I got another one, and at least I got spares for a while now, so that's really what it comes down to. So once again, an exemplary job done by RollingTardis. I don't know if you could see the screws any better here now. They're like hex head. But anyway, once again, an exemplary job by RollingTardis fixing up my broken shit, because like I said, I know my limitations. I know where, you know, my knowledge runs out and where he's better suited to that stuff. So I send my stuff to the pros. Yeah, when I have to. But at least he's a working man, so he charges a working man's price. In fact, I got all this done for the price of some China products that I'm going to send his way. Awesome. Anyway, huge thanks to RollingTardis. Link in the prescription to his channel. Go over there and subscribe. It's free. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. There's a lot of shit he fixed up for me. And a lot of other weird stuff he's got. We're weird people. What can I say? Anyway, that's going to do it. All fixed up. The cooler, the light, and the flashlight. All working great. Thanks again. I appreciate your watching very much. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. And take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.